Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is May 14th. It's 11:30 a.m. We are here live from HQ3.
Francis
NFL
came in
release,
hot.
NFL schedule releases tonight.
It's mostly, primetime games are out already, and that's most of the Eagles schedule. That's like 15 of the
It's
games.
going to be great watching them lose on Sunday night.
If you're not doing this again.
Doing what?
That, like, the Eagles suck now. You did that all last year, and then they won the Super Bowl. Now you're just trying to double down and re-up.
I mean, I don't think they're going to go back to back.
Okay.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Just give me the offseason of respect.
I'm not giving you any respect. When I was in Philly, I said I was wearing my Patriots windbreaker, and they were booing me.
Exactly.
And I was like, people were like, fuck the Patriots. And I was like, you guys just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you're still not happy.
No, it's just like, fuck everybody else.
Just like Brady's just eating away.
No one said anything about Brady.
That's
said Brady.
Why else would people say fuck the Patriots?
Because you're coming in with
Drake
Patriots
May,
gear.
They have something against Drake May and our 4-13 team.
You're coming in with Patriot. You can't be like, I antagonized people and they reacted. And they're reactionary.
I didn't antagonize anybody.
Yes, you did.
By wearing a jacket?
You wore the opposing gang's colors into our territory.
But that's not an opposing gang.
Yes, it is.
It's literally separate conferences.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It's like
it's not like I wore a Cowboys sweatshirt.
It's one of the closest geographical teams.
Doesn't matter. We're not in the same division or conference.
It does matter.
It doesn't. 4-13.
You can come kiss the ring when you're in Philly next time. You can lick the Liberty Bell crack.
I'm good.
Yeah, then don't come back.
Shout out to AJ Dillon though. That's my boy. That's my guy.
He came? Well, now that Gabe Davis got cut, you need to have someone else to latch on to.
And Gabe Davis is going to New England.
Is he?
Yeah.
Francis.
Imagine if we had Diggs and Gabe Davis.
Just rebuilding Buffalo.
That would be sick.
Francis came in hot today. That's what I want to talk about.
Well, first of all, have you been pranking me that way all the time?
What?
Has every time that's happened been a prank for me?
No.
Did I miss something?
What?
It hasn't.
I don't believe you.
I know. Boy who cried wolf, but
while we're on the topic, I was thinking last night, you still haven't shown me this photo of the Robert De Niro thing, if we're on the topic of Roan lying. I had that thing hung up in my apartment, and I look at it, and I'm like, am I a fucking retard for having this thing hung up, framed? This is just like a piece of paper that Roan scribbled on the way to work.
Now, are we really going to do this again?
You still haven't shown me the photo. There's still zero evidence showing that this happened.
Yes, there is.
Like, if I brought it to a pawn shop, they would be like, yeah, there's no way to verify this.
We went through an hour of proving that it's real. There's no way.
There was never proof.
Again. There's no way.
Francis, what did Roan, tell me what Roan did to you.
There's been this thing happening that, I think, and I don't know, because it could just be Roan behind all of it, but there's this prank where someone takes two phone numbers that they have and using some app or something makes them call each other, and each person picks up and says, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
I've had that
You
happen.
called me. No, you called me. What's going on here? I don't know. So that's happened a few times, but it's only ever happened with me and Roan. And knowing how
I think he did it to me this morning.
Yeah, he did it to me this morning.
I didn't do that to you.
But he's done it to me multiple times. And so
I haven't been doing that to you. I did it to you this morning because it has been happening to us. And that was the only effective way to crank call you.
It would have to be a third party.
Yeah.
To make you guys call each other. Or else Roan could just call you and pretend that he didn't call you.
That's what he's asking.
That's what just happened.
Oh, I see. Yeah. To use the app, though, I'm saying it would probably be there's someone else involved.
But he doesn't know.
It could have been Roan all of the times for him to lay the long trap
100%.
to finally get it on camera.
Yeah, but I would have had it on camera the whole time if that was my goal. Regardless, there was no payoff of the other times that I did it, except for that it
lured me into saying on your show, "Oh, we're getting pranked again."
But that's what he likes. Like
that's what he likes.
But
that's what I'm
he
saying.
also saying that there was no benefit because it wasn't on camera. He doesn't care if it's on camera.
I know that.
That's called being a purist.
It's a personal he has to get
dedicated
off.
It's how you don't tell a joke unless you're on stage.
This is KD playing at Rucker Park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just showing up and having to. It's.
I don't know what you mean, to be honest.
Well,
I'm just showing up to hoop.
Yeah.
I don't-
Basketball
KD,
runs
KD. I didn't know. I don't know
runs
why I
in his
didn't
blood.
put Kevin Durant together.
Yeah.
It runs in my blood.
Sick gaming setup, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's a goat.
He has 3 PCs. I don't know what would someone need 3 PCs for.
I don't
He's-
know, man,
he's
because
rich.
he has $1 billion.
And PCs cost like $500.
You know what I mean?
I would have
It's like, yeah, I'll
30
spend
PCs.
You'd have the Dark Knight setup of just a wall of PC screens.
You know, once a year, your accountant sends you your fucking P&L, and you're like, oh my God, my money made $100 million on
That's
itself.
crazy.
I don't need to dump that extra PC I have.
Do you think those guys play a lot of video games?
That's all NBA players do is play
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah.
I saw a sick video of I think it wasn't NBA players. I think it was MLB players, and they have these portable PlayStation setups that are just in like a briefcase,
That's
and
so
they just
nice.
open up, and there's a monitor and the PlayStation's right there, and they all play MLB The Show.
You know what's funny? You could get yourself one of those.
Well, I mean, it's cool. My portable setup is definitely better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could also get yourself 3 PCs.
No.
3?
Yeah, you could.
3? Are you out of your fucking skull?
Hairball, I have a very solid ballpark estimate of how much money you have saved.
No, you have no idea.
I do.
He does.
Why wouldn't I?
How
I
much
know.
money
He
I
knows how
have.
much you make
Literally,
on tour. He
I
knows
can
how much you
sell-
make at
I have the
Barstool.
same
He knows
agent.
what
We
you
play the
spend.
same clubs.
I could see you saying I have
And I know what
an
you make at
idea of how much
Barstool.
money I make, how much money I'm saving. You have no idea.
I
I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot of
because
liquid
unless
right now.
you're going out at night to weird brothels and
The box.
you know, saying I want all 9 of those Siamese twins that you had to import specifically for me.
And they both cost double.
Yeah,
All the Siamese twins you're paying for both heads.
Yeah, no, I don't do anything like that. But I don't have a lot of liquid. Most of my money's invested.
see, this is what I'm saying.
Most of my money's in the market right now.
So
tied
you
up.
are you not counting your illiquid money?
Well, I'm not going to sell my shares to get 3 PCs.
No, but I'm
Well, that's how
saying
much he has saved. Yeah, that
that's
counts.
money that's in the market is money to me that you've saved.
I
It's
don't-
not in your savings, but it's money that you could free up. Oh no, I have to sell stocks with a click and have it in 15 minutes.
It's just not how I
Is it 3
operate.
PCs? Is it just 3 monitors?
No,
or
he
is
has
it 3
3 PCs.
towers? Yeah, 3 different.
It looks like he was trying to start some sort of competitive team.
Looks like he was trying to mine
was-
Bitcoin in Iceland.
Yeah, he had just one long ass table with like multiple PCs.
He's playing with Siamese twins.
Yeah, all that to just be trash. I know. I would fucking.
Work
I'd
Durant.
have him in a blender.
He
Don't
might
say
be pretty
that.
good.
No, he posted a picture of him playing. He has motion blur turned on still. That's like automatic noob.
Okay.
Someone who plays with motion blur on, you know, they're not a real gamer.
Yeah.
There's no benefit to having motion blur on. Turn it off.
By the way, I appreciate that you live a very Spartan lifestyle and save money. That at someone at your age to do that is unbelievable restraint, and I applaud you for it.
Well, I have been
Just saying,
thinking
if
about
you
balling out.
don't come out here and say, "Well, 3 PCs, like 1 PC, I can't buy a PC."
I literally can't buy a PC. I cannot afford it.
That's not
That's
true.
horseshit.
The amount of money that I would like to have in my bank account would not be the amount of money if I bought 3 PCs. It would be a big hit to the account.
That you would like to have, but you could do it.
Why? No, the conversation started with me saying, why would Kevin Durant need 3 PCs? And now all of a sudden I need 3 PCs?
No, you need 1 PC, and you won't allow yourself that indulgence.
Because
And
I
that's
don't
fine.
need a PC.
Well, that's fine. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate your choices, but don't say you can't afford it.
PS5 is a great console.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
You're anti-PC. You're like Bill Maher.
I'm a little anti-PC, yeah. I am a little anti-PC. They've ruined Call of Duty. If they
You can't-
all cheat.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you can't say the N-word anymore.
Well,
is
you
it-
can't do that either.
There's PC culture.
Except I did have a girl. I had a girl drop the M-word in a game the other day.
White girl?
Yeah.
Snow
ranked.
Bunny?
I was playing some solo ranked. I wasn't talking. I just was listening to the comms. And in between rounds, you can talk to the other team. Like you can shit talk each other.
Well, how'd she say it?
Dude, it was insane. I recorded it. I screen grabbed it.
Dude, I
Let's
say
hear it.
some of the most.
It was to a black dude too.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I'll play it.
Play it.
No, don't play it.
Well-
yeah, play it. What? Definitely play it.
We can bleep it out.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, bleep it out. I just want to. The context is so important. Like if it's like the "Catch Me Outside" girl, okay,
Yeah.
whatever, that's fine. If it's Lily Adams or whatever,
We won too.
Cash Me Outside is Bad Bobby, right?
yeah,
Bad Baby. That girl makes $1 billion a year on OnlyFans.
yes. But
The-
she also was a victim of SA, San Antonio. She fell in the Riverwalk.
The worst part about this is that the girl was the best player on our team by a mile.
That's why she could say it. She probably had a pass.
She was carrying us so well.
Nice.
That's why no one could speak up.
I didn't see her playing gameplay, but I don't know why you're coming in when we're planting. Not very helpful.
Hey, when you yapping ass bitch, bro, you ain't shit.
At least I ain't.
Bitch ass up, bro.
Yeah.
Why you still talking when you losing, bro?
It's okay, Black.
Caitlin, shut up and put my dick in the ass, bro. Cause that's all you
I
good
don't
for,
like.
bro.
I don't like little dicks. Sorry.
That's all you good
If
for,
it
bro.
was big, I
You
would.
can push
My
my
bad.
dick in, bro.
My
That's all
bad.
you good for.
That's as bad as I've ever heard. That's as bad as it gets.
I told you that's why I recorded it because I
My-
was like, oh my god.
My day will be different as a result of hearing that.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna make me lose my. I'm not gonna be as hungry
That's just what people are
for
like
whatever
on those
reason. My
games, though.
appetite's gone.
Yeah.
That was just
Hey,
upsetting.
you could tell she's fat as fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can tell she's super fat, bro.
His immediate comeback was like he said like shut up and put my dick in your mouth. That's the only thing you're good for. It's like, dude.
And then she said, "I
imagine
don't
just-
like little dicks."
Yeah, imagine just like sitting in your apartment though and playing video games all day and like that, like you're talking to those people, just fucking going back and forth. Like when I play video games, I'm either in silence listening to a podcast or I'm talking to my friends.
Can anyone find out who is playing? Is there total
Nah.
anonymity?
It would be like you'd have to be pretty advanced in tech.
Okay,
You'd have to be like tracing IP addresses.
so
and
it's
shit.
totally anonymous.
Pretty much.
You
What's
don't see
crazy
each other.
is what
No.
he said is so disrespectful, and it doesn't even hold a candle to the fucking nuke she dropped.
Yeah,
Dude. I mean, I had front row seats. I was mind blown. And then I have to like. The worst part is that I had to like team up with her. I had to be like.
You enabled her.
I didn't want to
So
lose
you were like
SR.
protecting her.
I didn't want to lose points. You know. Still wanted to
You're
win
like,
the
I
game.
got your 6.
dude. There's a on the chess app. There's the ability to chat with
chat,
people,
yeah.
and most of the time nobody says
Yeah.
anything. But there's a couple ways to absolutely. I don't know why it makes me so fucking angry. If I'm losing a game, I play 5-minute games. I play them all the time.
Yeah.
If I've made a blunder or something that's probably going to cost me the game, someone will send typically
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
meaning
Good game.
game.
GG's.
And there's like still, a lot of time left or whatever.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's their
so
way
funny.
of saying you've lost.
Yeah.
And that can really get under my skin. Or if they send a bunch of like laughing emojis at a bad move I've made, that really irks me.
Emojis would kill me.
It kills
if
me.
this, you can't do emojis. You can type.
Yeah,
on
hold on.
COD.
Just let me finish this thought for 1 second because
Got
I
it.
think you're going to like it.
And
then you can
sure
add.
I will. I'm sure I will.
The flag is next to their name. It shows your nationality. It shows where you're coming from. I will chat back based on the nationality of the person who's talking shit to me.
Yeah.
And I was playing a German guy the other day and I
Yeah.
called him a fascist pig.
Oh wow. What did he say?
I said something like, "No wonder you liked that move, after what you guys did in the 1940s."
And he was like, "Don't you have agents rounding people up in your country right now?"
I think he responded, "I'm not even German." I was like,
That is
"Well, then
good.
why do you have the flag?"
That's actually a pretty good comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
sorry, I
not-
didn't mean to
I'm
stop
not
you.
German.
Yeah.
I just chose the flag.
I just like how it looks.
Yeah.
I like these 3 colors together.
I've gotten trash talked on the chess app. My first game ever.
I get so angry on it and I send more vile stuff on there than I ever would on. I don't send stuff like that on Twitter or anything like that.
That's crazy. I can't even like. I'm so not confrontational. like even in the like we'll play like if we play like search and destroy or something with my friends and we're all on the mics and you can talk like what I just showed you. Like my friends will be like yelling back and like saying stuff and I can't bring myself. I'm like, if I start talking, I'll start feeling like tears in the back of my eyes. Like I'm gonna start crying.
Your voice cracks.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Tell him, Sharkeisha.
Yeah, but
What was her tag?
Some people just don't give a fuck.
No, they don't care.
Yeah, because they're like hopped up off of a dimpled 2-liter that they're drinking with one hand.
Yeah. I will say I woke up at 7 this morning and I got a game in.
That's wild. What made you get up at 7?
I had a meeting at 9 in 20 minutes away from my apartment or 30 minutes away. The weather today was I mean, it's nasty out. Why did you guys both bike in? Were you trying to prove something?
I mean, for me, it's by far the fastest way to get here, and I left my apartment late enough that I was like, I don't have the right to take the subway. I don't want to keep you guys waiting longer.
I was going to take an Uber. Ubers were over $100.
$70 for me to get to the
That's preposterous.
to get to the diner.
Oh, but that's up in...
It's up by Central Park.
Yeah. Even so, you're talking 30 blocks.
Yeah.
Less than a mile.
Yeah.
Maybe a mile and a half.
I think it was 3 miles.
Yeah, they say 10 blocks is a mile.
Something like that.
Is
All
it?
right? No.
No. I think that's in Sea Isle, New Jersey.
Oh.
No, that's not it either. It's maybe Ocean City, New Jersey.
There was a...
It's
Let
more
me
than
let
that.
me run this by you. Will you play jury and judge on this?
Sure.
Yesterday, Hairball and I realized that we both have this... we're shooting something today together. And he had a meeting. And he realized yesterday that it was a conflict. So he texted me and was like, hey, shoot, I have this. It's a conflict with this. Do you think that we could record later or earlier tomorrow or something like that? And I said, what time is the thing and what time's your meeting? And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I can't. I have something. And he goes, what do you have?
I think that's a pretty fair question.
Oh, he was saying, is it worthy of a move?
Yeah. And I go, I have
He
work.
still hasn't told me what it is.
I go, I have work.
And I said, I also have work.
Well, we have the same work.
But
Here, I was like, you reached out the day before
yeah.
asking if we can shift things around to accommodate you. I said, I looked at my schedule and said, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What about if we asked about Roan, if we could potentially record earlier, but neither of us, we agreed we didn't want to fuck with Roan's schedule since he has
That is true.
children.
Was this today? For today?
Yeah.
I also, way earlier in the week, was like, can we lock in this time
Oh, right.
Yeah.
for 11?
Yes. So
That's why I didn't say
then
let's
I
move.
said, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I was like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't. And that I was like, I have a conflict. And that wasn't good enough for him. He was
No,
like,
it
what do
wasn't.
you have? As though he could reach out to the person and be like, listen, I'm reaching out on behalf of Francis. Unfortunately, I have a more pressing conflict.
Oh, I don't even think
He's
it's him
gonna have
reaching
to.
out.
He's gonna have to reschedule you.
I think it's him being like, oh, that's not important.
Yeah, right. He's gonna try to convince me that what I have.
No, this is like the most ridiculous.
That's what happened.
What happened was I had a meeting that was scheduled pretty last minute on time. And then it was a conflict and I was like, can we move it? And you were like, no. And I was like,
Wait. What?
I said, can we move it?
Move what?
The shoot.
The Vibs shoot?
Yeah.
Yes, you wanted to move that to a time when I have other work commitments,
Yeah.
right?
And I was like, I was pretty much asking if you could move anything around and you said no. And then
I
I
said
moved my meeting.
Yes, but in between, you said,
Yeah, but I don't think that's that crazy. It was
"Can
just
you
like I'm
move
asking
it?"
for a
And
favor.
I said, I know that's fine. And
Yeah.
I said, unfortunately, I can't. And you said, why?
Francis, if you asked me to move something and I said I can't, you would 1,000%
No, I would
say,
not.
Francis.
I guarantee.
that
If you
is
said I have
insane.
work, I would never be like,
No,
prove to
in a
me
million
that
fucking
your
years,
conflict
in a
is
million
good
fucking
enough
years, you would never do
for
that.
me to accept that you cannot. I would never,
Francis,
that.
you would be like,
Dude,
well, I mean, you're gonna have to move some stuff.
No, I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
Am I crazy?
I can tell how
The fact that, dude, saying that you wouldn't even ask what I have, if it was like,
I wouldn't.
yes, you would.
If you were like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't move shit. I have stuff. I'd be like, fuck. You know what? You're right. That's on me. I am asking for the favor. We did our best. I am coming to you last minute to make a scheduling change. You've said you can't accommodate it. So be it. I trust you as my friend.
But
and
that's
a
but that's
professional.
why I moved the
If
meeting.
you can't make that work, it's because there's something legitimate to go on.
Well, that was why
I don't owe you the fucking explanation of what that thing is.
I don't think it's that crazy. I really don't.
I give you my word. If the roles were reversed, I would not be asking for clarification and justification of what that thing was. I guarantee you that.
Up to you.
I could tell how serious he was because he started 4 straight sentences with Francis. He
Yeah.
said he called you by your name, but I also think that you
it's
are
a bizarre thing. I moved my meeting.
I do think
That's
you're
how
being.
And
it
we
resulted.
resolved it. And I did try. I did look at my schedule. I did try to move things around. I wasn't mad at you for asking. I started to get annoyed when you asked me twice what it was that I had.
Because it was kind of me emphasizing like this is a lot of stuff that I'm trying to figure out. If there's a way that you could make this work, it would help me out a lot.
Yes, but again, one response, you have to just trust me. I don't.
Yeah, but there's like a lot of scenarios where someone's like, "Can you do this?" And you're like, "Oh, I don't know." And then they're like,
as
like,
your
"Oh, but I
friend
really..."
and as your coworker, I would not be so cavalier not trying to accommodate you. I would give you that. And you have to trust that. And then if you start asking me what it is, then I start getting annoyed.
Yeah, that's unfortunately something that you're gonna have to deal with solo. I'm not going back on that.
You're gonna ask him what he's doing.
I still don't think it's that correct. Like if you were like, "Hey, I need to record at 11," and I had something, and you were like, "I really got to record," and I had something, and you're like, "I really got to record at 11." Like if you were like, "I got to record at 11," and I was like, "I can't record at 11. I have something," and then you're like, "I really got to do 11." I'll be like, "Okay, now I get that he actually needs to move. I need to move something."
You need a double.
I would
down.
try to. I would need a double down and be like, "This is that level."
I did try that.
And then after the second time, I didn't ask again.
I think you said twice, "What do you have?"
Yes, and then I said after the second time, I didn't ask again.
Okay. What you're presenting is
Which
different.
I still don't know what you have. What
It's
do you
probably
have?
he could be going to a med spa for
That's
all you know.
that's what I'm wondering. I'm curious to know if it's
if
You
how
said-
pissed you should be.
Hey, can you do this? I think I got a thing. I need to figure it out. I said, I completely forgot about that. I said, I kind of got to do one. You said, damn, what do you have? I can reschedule the meeting. And I said, let's see how long Vibs says it will take. And then I checked with Vibs. He said it would take 3 hours. And I said, dude, I can't move my stuff. And you go, what do you have?
I still don't think that that's crazy at all.
And
This is a completely normal conversation.
I go, LOL, dude, I have work. I have work that has been planned for weeks.
And I said I also have work.
But it's the work we have together. And then I have other things.
You're also
planner.
missing the part where you said I forgot we had the Vibs thing.
But that doesn't matter.
How does that not matter? You said I have work planned for weeks, but you didn't know you had a 3-hour block that you were supposed to do.
That didn't conflict with the thing I had was after that, which is why you were asking if we could shift that later.
Yes.
And I couldn't. And I choose to keep my conflict to myself.
All right. Well,
What if it's?
I guess I'll do
what
that in
if
the
it's
future.
What if it's a doctor's appointment?
It could be a psychiatrist or a.
I canceled a dentist appointment 2 weeks ago to record.
No, a dentist appointment.
Yeah, I did. I'm saying I'm very flexible with my schedule, and I very rarely I'm like, we got to move things around. And you led the conversation with, I kind of have to do one. And
That's
I was
me
like,
trying to gently be like, dude, that's me being like apologetic about it.
You should just say, I can't, I got to do one.
And then you would have
Because
said,
kind of makes it seem like, oh, he might be able to move this.
I think you're finding your straw man argument here.
I really don't. There's no argument. I asked if you could switch. You said no, and then I moved my meeting.
but I think you know how Francis uses kind of like, hey, I kind of got to do this,
No, I don't. And I'm not going to pretend I do.
I respect your steadfastness.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy.
I think that you have to like get somebody to spy on Francis to see what he's doing.
I'm very curious.
If he's at a
I
martini
mean,
bar,
are you meeting with Trump? It seems like it's something big.
Do you want to know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
don't
too
tell
bad.
him. Don't tell him. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't tell him. Never tell him.
I'm never gonna tell you. What
Just
I'm
like he'll
doing.
never know if that De Niro autograph is real.
I
I'm
will
taking it
tell
down.
you. I
Don't
will
take it
give
down.
you my
Don't.
word.
Or then
Right.
give it back to me if you're taking it down.
I already threw it out.
No, you didn't.
I used it as a rolling paper.
What?
Smoked it. The De
Oh,
If
Niro
you're
dear.
card.
ever gonna take it down, give it back to me.
I will give you my word that I cannot change the thing that I have to do.
Yeah.
It's not changeable. And
All
I
good.
and
All
I
good.
would not be I knew you had a challenging thing and I wanted to make it work for you.
It's all good.
Francis is very accommodating. Last week I had something where I was like, I had a eye doctor appointment, and you were like, I can move my stuff. We can move it around.
There's
like, don't
definitely
worry.
because there's a mutual respect between you two.
How
If
many
I
times-
if you
one
guys were like
respects
we're
you more
recording,
than me.
if you guys were like we're recording at 11, and I was like, guys, I have to get an emergency double bypass. You guys would be like, I can't. I just guys,
this is
I don't know.
unbelievable.
That's what would happen.
Don't
You guys
let
would be
me
like,
in.
can you not do it at 2?
I'm the
Quite literally this week we had a time to record on Monday and you were like, guys, I'm in Boston for Mother's Day. I can't get
We
back
did
to a
not have
certain
a time.
Can we do a little later? And we both accommodated that. And then it got
That
later.
was not
Your
a
flight got
time.
delayed
No,
and
that was
delayed
not-
and delayed.
That
and we
was not.
we said no
I
problem.
texted
We didn't
you guys.
even give you
I
shit about
texted
it.
you guys on Mother's Day and said, can you guys do later tomorrow? And you both said yes.
Did we not have a time?
No. And then I said, and then my
like we had a
exact
time.
words were, if that doesn't work out, I can move my flight to earlier.
I'm the neutral third party. in
This narrative that we're trying to create that I'm the problem with the schedule.
You are the problem.
My whole entire schedule revolves around you guys.
and yet somehow
I don't make any
you
decisions for
end
myself.
up being the most difficult person
No,
to get
I'm
in
not.
here.
I'm not. It's because I just agree to everything. People, can you do this? Yeah, I can do that. It's crazy. It's disrespect is what it is, honestly.
Who's disrespecting
And
you?
I'm actually happy that we're addressing it.
Who's disrespecting you?
The mutual respect between your guys' schedules and my schedule is like, you guys look at it like it's got a pair of clown shoes attached to it.
That's not true.
Like I got like a toy calendar for Christmas.
I've never said no to a time that you said. I've never said no to your clown times.
It literally feels like I have a pre-written calendar that says like eat snack at noon. And I'm like, oh, I have snack time at noon. Can you guys?
Oh man. No, listen. Here's the thing. The truth is, we do love you and we do respect you, and you're fucking hilarious.
It's all good. It's all good.
So we are willing to try
It's all good.
to make it all work for
Bend
you.
over backwards.
Yeah.
You bending over backwards? I will say the one of the reasonings that I didn't pry more is because I was like, I did make Francis go to Philly to record the podcast. And that one I still am like, I do owe him for that.
Are you gonna think now that it's even though?
Oh, absolutely.
No, it's not even.
Yeah, absolutely.
This me saying
Absolutely
I cannot
even.
accommate the switch tomorrow does not. I'm
It's-
still owed one.
I'm sorry, but
The
no,
even
it
on
is
that
even.
would be like, hey guys, can Hairball, can you come to fucking Maine to record the episode with me? I can't. For some reason, I can't get in.
We should do an episode at your New York house.
I would love that. I would really like that. Honestly,
in the cold plunge. We should all get in the cold plunge
there's
together.
so much fun stuff
Fully
for the three
closed.
of us to do up there. I think we need to give you a little more time. You probably haven't earned the right yet to do like a little
No, you
boys'
could
weekend.
get away for a week or two. Imagine going upstate.
That's right. Yeah, it's hard
It's
to
2 weeks. It's not.
You
it's
got
14 days.
I'm
It's
only-
barely any
I'm
time.
only 2 hours away. Look, if something terrible happens, I can get back.
It'll be a pain, but I'll make it work.
think of how our ancestors handled these exact same situations.
Plenty of food in the freezer. What do you want to say?
The men would go out and hunt. Just consider this me hunting for jokes on a podcast.
We should do that though. That would be very fun. If we could do it, yeah, I would do that anytime.
Yeah, fish.
Be sick.
Fish.
What do you like to do?
I bet there's big fish in that river.
What do you like to do?
I like to do what you guys like to do. I like to make you guys happy.
In truth, Roan is the most.
We could go up. We
accommodating
could go up
person.
for our fantasy draft.
Hmm.
Get like a whiteboard set up. Do it manual.
Get wings.
Yeah.
Fish. Ooh, maybe we could.
You ever get that place? You ever get those wings in Philly? The what is it like the caveat or something?
Kavanaugh's?
Kavanaugh. Yeah, calves. Place is incredible. I
Yeah.
had I got the wings with the calf sauce. Maybe the best wings I've ever had.
Really?
Genuinely.
Shout out Philly.
Fire. Only had 6. That's all I needed.
That is all you really need.
Yeah.
When people are like, let me get 20 wings, that is, well, it depends on the size of the wing.
When I got wings with Shane and Lemaire, they got 50 wings.
Jealous?
We got 50 wings and cleared them out. I think I had 3.
Those boys are real shitters.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we get some like river trout and like make and like dip them in barbecue sauce and deep fry them or something like that. Lake
Classic
trout- lake trout,
preparation.
maybe.
Like bass.
Yeah, lake trout might be hard to find in 1 hour away from New York City. I don't know if that's
I actually
I
don't
don't know
know.
if that's a hot spot for lake
don't know.
trout.
2
I
hours
do.
away.
I
You
don't
don't think
know.
up there you can find some lake trout?
No.
Really?
You could definitely find like brook trout and rainbows and browns, but most likely stocked. And then lake trout you could find up like way further up.
in the Finger Lakes?
Yeah.
They're not closer than that?
I would be pretty surprised if there was lake trout around
Let's
you.
see how close lake trout are. I have a lake trout
I would
map.
love for you to be able to prepare us a whole fish.
If we
Asian
caught
style.
a lake trout, we could feed we would feed us for weeks. Those fish are huge.
I would love a whole fish prepared.
They're like this.
deboned.
They're like I think the world record lake trout is 50 pounds,
God
or
damn.
the country. Maybe it's just the United States record.
Well, I ate 2 pounds of fish in like a sitting. How many pounds of fish do you think you would eat?
That's a good question because I feel like fish is heavy. Like I feel like if you put a
Trout
fillet of salmon on like a scale, it would weigh more than you'd think. But
Yeah,
it's, but
it
it,
would,
but
like
it
a pound of
goes-
salmon probably weighs like 2 pounds.
I guess it would weigh exactly what you would think, but it feels lighter. Like I could take down a whole salmon. I wouldn't. It wouldn't feel good.
Especially, I mean, whitefish you could eat for like weeks.
Cod.
Yeah.
I think I could just eat. Like cod. I think actually
You could eat a school.
It's like eating celery. I think you burn calories while eating it.
Yeah. You just slurp down some cod
This
or
isn't.
basses. Anything?
My map isn't helping. They did say that the lake trout are primarily found up in the Adirondacks, the Finger Lakes, and the Great Lakes, which is all very north.
Have you ever seen the video of how New York gets its fresh water? And it's like a water slide from upstate New York that's just like a
Well, the
fucking
Hudson-
150-mile tunnel.
The Hudson goes up so far,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I never knew.
Hudson's awesome.
It goes up like to the top almost.
When you drive up,
I don't understand how rivers work at all. At all. And I don't really know. I've watched videos explaining it, and it seems like they don't even understand how they work. Because like I get a river that is fed from a bigger river or a lake.
We're talking tributaries.
Yeah.
one thing that
Like
baffles me about the
tailwaters.
Hudson is that up by Poughkeepsie, it flows in both directions.
It doesn't make sense.
That's
Explain
crazy.
that.
I've never heard of that before.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sick.
Shout out to Moobs. Shout out to Smelly.
Why?
Poughkeepsie.
Oh, is that where they're from?
They went to Marist.
I'm not familiar.
That's up there.
Oh,
You fucking idiot.
great town.
Incredible town.
Not a bad town at all.
No,
I
they
like
call
it.
that the Poughkeepsie of Poughkeepsie.
What weighs more, 5 pounds of bricks or 5 pounds of feathers?
5 pounds of feathers. More dense.
Fuck, good call. I didn't realize that was a trick question and you nailed it.
I know.
Yeah. I didn't realize you had it like that. What's that other town that's up there right south of Poughkeepsie?
Catskill?
No.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. It could be up there.
Right?
Not Newburgh.
No.
It's north of Newburgh. It's got like a short name.
Hudson?
Feel like I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Beacon
Woodstock?
is nice, but
Beacon's
that's not
nice.
But that's not what I'm thinking of. Beacon's fucking lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester?
Good antiquing up there.
Good antiquing in Beacon. My boy used New Paltz.
Oh,
what
that's
I'm
nice.
thinking of.
That's across the river.
So that's on a different little body of water. That's on a tiny body of water.
That's on a lake that has a lot of lake trout.
The Wallkill River.
LTs.
Probably a ton of brook trout.
Could be.
Brook trout are good eating.
Are they?
Oh, great. Delicious.
I really just like to kill them.
Yeah, catch and kill.
I just like to catch and kill them and then throw them
Yeah,
back.
Catch, kill, release. I've had a couple of those, unfortunately. Never a fun one. Those are what you always feel like. You just feel like
Because you get a little cut from the scales.
You
and
feel
then
like
you're like,
Oh yeah, because you find yourself you find yourself lost,
yeah.
almost lost in the
kill.
attack. Yeah,
And then you like look
the
up like,
hunts.
what have I
and
done?
you come back to life and you're covered in blood. And there's a tiny little smallmouth bass.
You're like
sitting next
Karen
to
Reed,
you.
basically.
There's a smallmouth bass that's now inside out.
I did a fishing trip out in Montauk, and we chartered a boat, and we were catching stripers.
Yeah,
And it was at a certain point in the season where the striper limit, if they were over a certain weight, you couldn't take
Yeah.
them home.
Why?
I don't know.
it's all.
It's got to be about spawning and protecting the fishery and all
Yeah.
that. However,
It's also good to let the big ones.
yeah,
Let another person catch them. I guess it's a little different in the ocean though.
we
Probably will
caught
never see that fish again.
every fish we caught was,
Massive.
40 plus pounds. I mean, leviathans.
Yeah.
And we had to put them
Shout
all
out
back.
Thomas Hobbs.
And you fight them forever.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting, and they make really good eating. And I
Yeah.
like my whole point in doing that fishing is because I get to
You're
bring
a
home
you're a
pounds
yeah.
of striper fillet, freeze it, and eat it for the course of
You're
weeks.
a catch. You're a keep guy. You like to keep the fish.
Well,
Because I do remember when we did the Sydney Wells thing. You were
You
pretty
wanted the
pissed that we
cobia.
didn't get to keep the cobia.
furious.
Yeah. But like it is interesting because I don't care at all about
What's the
keeping
point?
fish.
I'm not a sport fisherman. I do it the way the Native Americans
Yeah.
did.
There's a lot of people that like enjoy fishing, but they're still like, if I'm not keeping the fish, why would I go fishing?
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Every
I don't
part
feel
of the
that way at
buffalo.
all.
I'm eating the scales, the eyeballs.
You just like to shoot the buffalo
Yeah.
and just be like, I hope the buffalo makes it.
I just like to catch the fish, get them in the net.
I put bones in the Vitamix and snort lines of it.
Kraken, let's talk about the Kraken. If you're going to trade crypto, do it right. No sketchy platforms, no sketchier customer support, and that's why we only trust Kraken. Kraken lets you buy, sell, and swap over 300 cryptos without the lag, crashes, or clownery. Buying crypto manually, that's old school. Recurring buys lets you automate your investments so you can stack stats without even thinking about it. DCA done right. Buy more when prices dip, less when they spike. Link to your bank in minutes. Set it, forget it, and let your portfolio grow. Kraken Pay. That means that they have instant crypto payments. No more I'll Venmo you later excuses. Whether you are covering a lost bet, splitting the tab after a night out, or settling funds for the next wild adventure, maybe you're glamping, Kraken Pay lets you move money instantly with zero fees and no banks holding things up. Oh, and refer your friends. Kraken will hook you up with $200 in USDG just for spreading the love. So quit waiting. Head to kraken.com/barstool. No, and not investment advice, of course. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding WA, NY, and ME through all Payward Interactive Incorporated.
All right, let's take a second to talk about Vuori. You guys are familiar at this point with how awesome Vuori clothing is. It's so comfortable. It looks good. It has that nice like workability, and I have a couple pairs of pants from them that actually have real buttons on them, which you never find on sort of like the athleisure wear market. And that's why, to me, Vuori is actually a far more elevated version of that really comfortable, like all-purpose clothing that I want to wear because I don't know what my day brings. They are incredibly versatile and comfortable, perfect for whatever your day brings. They look great in the gym, anything they have, whether you're running errands, heading to the office, or meeting up with friends. I like their workout t-shirts. They breathe well, they look nice, and they come in nice colors, and you can wear them to work out or not work out, and nobody is going to say, wow, that's a workout shirt you're wearing. Their core short, soft, lightweight, 4-way performance stretch, moves with you, no restriction, and it's available in 3 inseam options, a perfect fit for every preference. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/boydad. That's VUORI.com/boydad. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/boydad and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
We're currently in the process of planning out Wyoming year 2.
Can you add me on that? Just add me on the chat.
Yeah, the chat yesterday was getting hot.
Pissed off.
Yelling.
Bo said the N-word.
Yeah. No, I was ripping into Bo though, because he comes in with the most half-assed plan you could possibly imagine. And then this is exactly what he did last year. He comes in with no plan.
So Bo.
He picks out 3 areas on a map and it's like, well, there's water right here, so we could stay there. And we're like, dude, we don't know if it's public or private land. We don't know if we could camp there. We don't know if we can have fires there. And then he's like, well, then you guys come up with a plan. And it's like, dude, you didn't come up with a plan. You zoomed in on the map and you're like, we're gonna go here and here. So now we're coming up with the plan is we have 48 hours and we all have to come up with our own itinerary, extremely detailed, day by day plan, where we're gonna go, where we're gonna end up, where we're gonna sleep, where we're gonna fish.
And you're gonna combine or pick the best plan?
And we're gonna combine probably and see what we want to do. Problem is, I'm leaning a little bit more towards a glamping scenario.
Attaboy. I'm happy to hear that.
And
no wonder he can't buy PC.
No wonder.
He's buying a jet line.
Because I get
somehow
the
a
roughing
PC puts the amount of money in his bank account to be not the amount he wants it to be, but glamping.
I will say glamping is pricey.
Yeah.
But dude,
it costs a PC a night.
Oh yeah, and then some.
And you're gonna have to subsidize your friends.
Yeah, 100%. I already have to do that for multiple. Like there's already like things that I have to pay for.
But this is awesome. This
Flights.
is what I'm saying. I love that you are in the space of half an hour. You started the podcast poor. And now somehow you've undone the purse
Daddy
strings
Warbucks.
and you're glamping and fucking being the sugar daddy to a harem of young male friends.
The way that I see it is, like we're doing the same first half of the trip that we did last year regardless, because that river is sick and the camping spot is sick. So we're gonna go there for the beginning regardless.
Yeah.
And we're gonna camp in tents, we're gonna sleep, we're gonna do fires, we're gonna cook our own food, shit like that. And but the way I see it, I'm like, back half of the trip, why not get like a log cabin or something sick and make it like we're still gonna fish all day, but then at the end of it, like, dude, when we go camping, we have to go to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking freezing outside and there's mosquitoes everywhere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the worst thing to enjoy the evening.
But that might fuck up your morning.
Yeah, it might fuck up it would fuck up our morning because we were getting out there at like 6 a.m.
Make sure they know that that's something to factor in.
They don't want. They have zero interest
in glamping.
Yeah, they want to go on a trip where we're coming. The thing is, none of them work. Like they work, but they don't have full-time jobs, and
not like us.
They want to. It wouldn't be the worst thing to go on a vacation and come back and be like, I feel good. rather than coming back and being like, I just went through fucking hell and back.
Mm-hmm.
We just, like, and we also don't have a home base in Denver anymore.
I
'cause Bo's
don't
moving.
disagree with any of that. I think you're onto something. I like it.
Like like last year we came back and it was like I needed a vacation from
Well,
vacation.
why don't you just spend a couple nights in the hotel in Denver? Why don't you just stay somewhere nice, but up in Boulder or something like that?
Because we're not going to be in Denver. We're going to be in. We're ending the trip closer to Jackson Hole.
Well, what's the Amman up in Jackson Hole?
I'm
yeah,
thinking
they do have one there.
they got
That's fancy.
Did
They
you
got
stay
they
at
got
the
Four
Amman for a
Seasons
couple
there
nights?
too, right?
Huh?
Don't they have a Four Seasons there?
In Jackson, probably. Yeah.
I mean, but that's not in the ballpark. That's
Amman's going to be way more.
Yeah, Amman's gonna be nicer, bro.
But dude, they've got, like, I was looking at cabins. I was looking at fishing lodges is what I was looking at, and
Yeah,
they've
nice.
got dude, you literally stay in this like sick cabin right on the river.
That's awesome.
Why don't
I
you just
love
do that
wake
for
up
2
and go
days at the
fishing.
end?
That's what I want to do. They're out, but
How
I'm gonna
much-
pitch it.
How much is it per night?
I haven't looked at like exact prices because some of them include like guiding, which we don't need,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be like if you do that, I think it's like $3,000 per person a night.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
I don't buy that.
swear to God, dude, those fishing lodges are so expensive.
$3,000 per
Because
person
they'll-
a night?
they'll-
That's insanity.
It's not for normal people. It's for like billionaire, like corporate retreats to be like, wow, we went out and I caught a 30-inch brown trout my first time ever casting.
Mhm.
And it's because it's private water and they like just like
Stop.
have a fish sitting there.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
You just have to like throw it into
Yeah,
the fish's mouth, like Shane Boyle. Shout
Yeah.
out Insane Shane.
Pretty pumped. It's definitely got the juices flowing.
Why
a
don't you
little
just
more.
book the last couple of nights and be like, fellas, I took a liberty of booking the last 2 nights.
I don't even want to get like the law. I think we should just get like an Airbnb or something.
Yeah, why don't you just book that and just make them force their hand for the last 2
There's
nights?
3 extra bedrooms,
Yeah.
and if you don't sleep in them,
There would be zero regret. No one would be sitting in bed being like, "Fuck, I wish
Well,
we
is
were
Nate
outside in
coming?
the rain right now."
are they too proud if
They're
you
too
were to
proud.
do that to accept it from you?
It's
They would sleep outside while you had a house of 4 bedrooms to yourself?
no, they wouldn't do that. But they're too proud to sleep inside altogether.
What?
Last time when we did the trip, we didn't sleep inside at all.
But
Last
if
time.
you booked it, they would have to do it. They're not going to skip sitting inside.
Yeah, but it kind like I'm not gonna book a Airbnb if that's not what the crew is feeling.
Is
But-
Nate coming or no?
I think so.
Okay, well that's
Where's he coming
another
from?
vote.
Maine?
Maine.
Coming from Maine?
So is Bo.
That's multiple flights.
Bo is also going to be in Maine.
He's probably flying PWM to JFK,
No, we're flying into
and then he's going to fly JFK out too.
Maybe they come to New York and spend a couple nights here first.
we're flying to what is the fucking I don't know. It
Can you
doesn't-
imagine the
literally could
fucking
not
banter
matter
on
less.
this trip?
Could not matter. any
Boys
less.
trip. Oh my god,
Casper. I think we're flying into Casper, Wyoming.
Nice.
it's gonna be really nice, especially that time of year.
You guys should come out for a day. You know,
Is that a
Careful.
formal invite?
You trust me. I'll take you up on that.
you guys would not even like. You wouldn't even know how to get to us.
What do you mean?
Like, it would be impossible.
You're not. There's no way you're going that far off the grid.
We 100% are.
We wouldn't know how to get
All right.
to you.
Let's leave this conversation. I'm going to find Harry.
I
gonna find
would
him.
be down. I would be down.
I'm going to find him.
I would give you a detailed like list of every like river that we're gonna be at. I wouldn't give you the exact coordinates, and you could do it.
Yeah.
You easily will.
I would actually be fully on board. If you did a series where you drove around Wyoming trying to find us,
It wouldn't be a series. He'd find you in an hour.
he wouldn't. It would take him. Dude, it would take him so long. You never would find.
Problem
us.
is that
Never
this
would
is just
find
I
us.
know you, and it's like if I did find you, there wouldn't be any
It would kind of probably be pretty
stakes
awkward.
to that. There
Yeah.
wouldn't be
You'd be like,
anything
oh.
good to come of it.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah. Then
Is
what?
that? There's a car coming. Is that a guy? Is there a guy
Imagine.
walking?
I'd be like, do you guys want to have fun? And everyone would be like, no.
Wait, that's
We're
Francis
going to
from
bed
work.
at 9 p.m. and we're eating bark.
Dude, that's literally what it like. And it is fun. Like there is a fun part to it. Like it's a blast. But you know, back half of the trip.
Who's the biggest ball buster?
Me.
And what do they bust your balls about?
They can't.
Because you're paying for the Airbnb. What's that? What were you gonna say? No, you want to come
No,
in?
I do, but I
Imagine what they're
I
saying
do
when
do
you
that,
when you
and
like
then
go
they
to
get
bed.
furious.
Imagine what they're saying behind your back after you pay for the Airbnb and they can't talk shit on you. They're
Oh,
probably
no.
merciless.
It's like the women in
White
White
Lotus,
Lotus.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he gets facial reconstruction surgery.
No,
know why he-
they all take jabs at me. It's
About what?
not. I don't really know, to be honest. I think they'll. There's really not that much they can make fun of. 'Cause they'll make fun of my job, but it's like, well, you guys don't have jobs.
What do they say? They're like,
Won't they resent hearing you say that they don't have jobs? Don't they have jobs?
Yeah, no, they'll be mad. They'll get over it though.
What kind of jobs are there non-jobs?
Well, Nate has a real job.
but the other he works at a who works in a restaurant?
Bo.
Bo works in a restaurant.
DeBo doesn't have a job right now. I think he's straight up unemployed.
Fun employed? Does he get unemployment?
But he's gonna be employed.
By whom? The United States military?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's also kind of. I didn't really want.
I
to
would
get
call
in,
that a job.
I didn't really want to get into that as much because I don't know if he likes me talking about it.
I see.
But that is also part of the reason that I was like, why don't we glamp a little bit? Let's make this
Yeah.
fun.
Save, he'll
Like, have
look
some
back on
memories.
that when he.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna
When
be.
he's gonna be in
roughing it
Kandahar.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
being like, God damn
Yeah,
it!
you're gonna get to eat plenty of MREs, dude.
I feel like I'm back in Wyoming.
We don't have to buy our own at REI.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have
They'll
you're
give
gonna
you
have
some.
MREs.
That's so funny. Spending
so
weeks
funny.
eating MREs before he goes and deploys.
Yeah,
Tastes like home.
it is. I don't know. I think it would be sick.
It's going to be incredible.
But also
Francis, you
that-
have to find him.
Yeah.
That type of vacation has also always been more appealing to me than like a beach
Totally. I agree with that.
vacation.
I'm not a big beach vacation guy.
Yeah, I can't do the beach.
It's just I just sit in the shade.
Yeah, I just get like
What
I
am I
don't know.
doing here?
That was like my entire childhood was going to the beach with my mom and my sisters and my cousins, and just they would all just lay.
I had to
And
learn
I would
how
just
to
be
do
like,
that.
I'd just be walking around like throwing sand, just being like, this is so boring.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I liked it. I like being in the water, so I
Yeah.
just swim nonstop in the ocean.
Yeah,
But now, like going to the Caribbean, something like that, not really.
Nah, I need an activity.
I need to be active.
I need an
I
activity.
need to be tired at night so that I
Yeah.
can go to bed.
I need to be ending the night like I am gassed.
I love trips where the exercise is the point of the trip, skiing, fishing,
Yeah.
whatever, so that you don't feel like I should probably go to the gym. I
Oh,
had like
yeah.
6 margaritas.
It feels
last night.
great. Yeah.
I know we're gonna have a big dinner tonight, so I should probably go to the
Yeah.
gym.
You guys are all you're describing shit that I love.
Really?
That sounds so nice. You guys
Yeah,
just-
no, I love the aspect of that's also another part that's nice about the trip. I think I lost like 20 pounds when we did it last year. I remember I came back, my jawline was like chiseled. I was like, this is awesome. It lasted for like a week. Immediately,
What undoes you?
the undergrowth
he
started
went
coming
from
back.
like real fish to Swedish fish.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's literally it's because you're moving the entire day, and then the meals that we eat are like healthy as fuck. We literally just would eat like vegetables and a meat.
Nice.
Yeah, and
That's
you're just using salt as seasoning.
literally how I eat every night
Yeah, true.
with a complex carbohydrate. But,
Well, me and
you know,
Mike got some. We got some steel cut oats for breakfast.
nice.
We're making some changes.
That was your thing that you had to move around? Your meeting with Mike?
Yeah,
Shout out, Mike.
shout out Mike.
That's fucking real nice. What about going to a city though? You don't like going to a city for a vacation?
Not at all.
I used to heavily dislike that, but now, especially if it's in a different country, seeing how people live is fucking sweet.
Different country is
Enriching.
obviously like an exception. Like if someone was like, "Do you want to go to Rome?" I'd be like, "Yeah, obviously."
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, every other city in the world is prettier than New York.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But-
They all have parks and
Yeah.
greenery and
That's the thing is like living in New York, the last thing on like Bo was in Barcelona and he was really pushing us to go out and I was like not really pushing to go. And I know it's dumb. I know I should have probably gone to Barcelona. I know it would
Yeah.
have been sick.
Yeah, you should have.
But at the same time, I was like, if I'm going to spend a bunch of money on a vacation, I'd rather it be somewhere that's not a city.
yeah. And why would you go to Barcelona? They don't even have musicals there.
No. They don't have they don't really have
They don't have anything except for that gaudy architecture.
Well, it's especially if I'm not drinking, it's just eating.
It is, but
just
it
eating
does
all
line
day.
up with your eating schedule because they eat very late at night.
I'm trying to work on that. Had dinner at 8:30 last night.
Nice.
Which is
Guess
still
what I had?
Barcelona.
Guess what I had?
Paella?
Spicy ramen.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Fire. Incredible.
Was that because we all talked about it? So it was
yes,
top of mind?
that is exactly why. Yeah.
Yeah, I could go for some raw.
Some pho.
No pho.
Yeah, I got spicy miso ramen.
Sweet.
There's a lot of ramen people or a lot of pho people.
People were
defending
not
pho.
happy about the pho.
I don't have a problem with pho. You guys were more vocal against pho.
Yeah. I don't really have a problem with pho either. I think I was kind of just going along. But I do think ramen is way better.
It's also, I mean, like Ralphie May said, it's way better as a comedian to like have a curmudgeon-y take,
Oh, of course.
to have a strong take. It's one of his rules.
Yeah,
Rest in peace,
unfortunately.
May.
Yeah.
May, it is May right now though. Mental Health Awareness Month.
May month, Drake May month, May 10th. Did you guys celebrate?
May the 10th, yeah. May the 10th be with you.
Drake May Day.
Did you guys see Jeff Nadeau's detailing of his mental health experience?
No.
Oh my God.
But I heard he's got a new Colombian broad that he's thinking about wifing up.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear
Or
that.
maybe Dominican, I forget.
It
He
wouldn't
tweeted
surprise
it
me.
and he was like, this Dominican broad's got me thinking about settling down.
Oh, I respect that so
And I
much.
think Jerry replied and was like, I got a Colombian feeling the same way.
Yeah, he's got 2 children with her.
Yeah, I know.
Thinking about, dude, you
Don't
guys
quote me on
own
that.
a house together.
Jerry
Yeah.
replied saying that?
I think he said something like
So
that.
Jerry and Nadeau are back on the same page. Jesus, my fly's been down this whole episode? Fellas, you gotta be crotch watching.
I was walking down the stairs in my building this morning and I looked, there was like someone coming up and I was going down and then I looked down and my fly was like, it was unzipped, but it was also just open. Like my underwear was like sticking out of it.
Someone had spread it like you're zooming in
Yeah.
on an iPad. Gross. I watched the movie. Have you ever seen the movie Das Boot?
Yeah, the submarine movie?
Yeah.
I have seen that.
Das Boot?
Yeah.
I was looking up, there's like a list of movies that are like higher rated by men than women, and then movies that are higher rated by women than men. Higher rated by women than men, it was like almost all the Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
And then the men.
Really? I would expect that to be pretty even.
No, women love Harry Potter.
Interesting.
I like Harry Potter.
I like Harry
movies.
Potter.
I like
Same.
them just fine.
Yeah.
But all the men movies were war movies,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to watch Das Boot, and I'd also cross-referenced it because I was trying to look up movies that gave World War II accounts from a German perspective.
Mm.
Ah.
Well, then that you should watch.
Band of Brothers.
No. The one about All Quiet on the Western Front, the remake they made.
Yes, I love that one.
Ugh,
That was really interesting.
tough
and
sledding.
good.
Tough sledding.
I still haven't watched that.
So bleak.
Yeah, it's what everyone
so
says.
bleak.
It's also not in English.
But
which
it's
is-
from the German perspective.
yeah.
And it's like how excited they are to go to war. Like,
That's
we're gonna
how-
go kick ass.
Yeah.
But the first scene
They're
of
always doing that.
of
though.
Das Boot is so awesome because they're just like shit faced. Do you remember that? They're like
I saw it so many years ago.
they're all just like shit faced about to go on the U-boats, and I think like 80% of the people that went on the U-boats died.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, the
That's like the beginning of the Pacific. They're on the boats.
Yes.
And they're all partying.
Do you know that there was a period there, I think, where a lot of submarine movies were made in the same sort of window. There was
Hunt for
Hunt for
Red
Red
October?
October. Then there was one that was made that was like
U571.
yes, exactly. And then
What was it?
Das Boot.
U571.
I've never
I saw
heard of it.
U571 as well.
What is that about?
And then I don't think they made a submarine movie until Greyhound.
I haven't seen that. Oh no, I have. That's Marky Mark.
But to call that a submarine movie is not really right because it's
Oh
them
no,
hunting
that's
the submarines.
Is that Marky Mark or is
Tom
that Tom
Hanks.
Hanks? What's
Tom
the Marky
Hanks.
Mark one where he's working on the oil rig?
Deepwater.
That movie's good.
It's a good movie. Little
It's a good-
formulaic.
Yeah,
haven't
but it's
seen it.
fun. It's a fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun watch.
If you liked that, then you should see the one I just saw.
Greyhound.
No, Into the Deep or something
Flow?
like that, where they're doing the guy in Scotland.
Deep Horizon.
Mm-mm.
Or fuck, what is it?
Last Breath.
Oh, what's the one with?
You should see Last Breath.
What's the one with the dude from The Office?
You should Get High, which I know you will,
I don't
and
do that.
watch Last Breath.
I'll watch Last Breath
Because you'll feel
Is it a
yourself
true story?
appreciative. Yeah,
I don't think I
that you're able to breathe. You'll take deeper breaths
Oh, okay.
watching the movie.
Oh, that's fun. That is fun.
Biggest drags you've
You guys
ever
ever see?
taken.
You guys ever see Guy Ritchie's The Covenant?
Yeah, I saw it.
What did you think?
Didn't love it.
Really?
I loved it.
I loved it, but then when I found out it was not a real story, like a war movie that's not a real story or it's not based on a real story,
Yeah.
is kind of like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah, dude, we could have all written that,
Yeah, but that's like every movie.
right? I mean, right?
I don't know. That's not how I
I
feel.
don't see it, but
Still,
it's
it
like
was a good movie. I mean,
it can't be that hard to write a movie about a U.S. soldier who's a hero.
But a lot of war movies that even are about the
That's
real thing,
made up.
like Lone Survivor, is like fictionalized.
Yeah, it's fictionalized and it's like to make it a better story, but it's based on a real. Like I looked up the Guy Ritchie's The Covenant is it's just fiction. They were like, yeah, it's like there's some stories that are kind of similar, but not at all really.
Hmm.
So then you're like watching this movie and you're like, holy shit, this guy's a fucking bad. Like, don't get me wrong, phenomenal movie. Absolutely would watch it again. Loved it.
I watched it multiple times. I'm pretty sure.
But like, I'm not getting into it like I'm getting into like Zero Dark 30, where you're like, holy shit,
Yeah, that's a better
this
movie.
is real deal. This actually happened. I think that documentary comes out today.
Is it called Zero Dark 30?
No, there's a new Netflix doc coming out about the assassination.
I
Of,
started watching The Liver King Untold.
the Untold's kind of taken a
They've
little
run through
bit
a
of a
lot.
drop.
But I'm watching the Gilbert Arenas one now.
And how's that?
Better.
The Brett Favre one looks good.
I'm excited for that.
May 20th.
I
Mark your
didn't care
calendars.
about the Liver King one.
The Liver King one. I didn't care about either because I already know everything. I watched
just
that
didn't
like
care.
I watched that like 3-hour YouTube video of the dude breaking it down.
I will say I did not know that his supplements business is making
Millions.
$50 million
Yeah,
a year.
yeah. That was what all the controversy was about, is that he was doing steroids while preaching that his supplements is how he got this big body. And then everyone's like, no, the supplements actually probably aren't really doing much. And he's taking every single steroid under the fucking planet.
Yeah.
you take a lot of supplements,
No.
Really?
vitamins.
I in my life I have, and then I just get away from it and I forget.
I'm
What?
back on the supplements.
I can't
big
tell
time.
that I can't tell that there's a material change in how I feel from when I'm taking fish oil and multivitamin and all
Some
that stuff.
people will say that it's the most transformative thing ever and it's so helpful, and then some people will be like, it's expensive pee.
Yeah. So
I
Who
just want to get my fucking gut health normal.
you should do the fecal transplant therapy.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Then why do you agree?
I had it because as soon as I heard transplant, I was like, yeah, I'm out. There's no fucking shot I'm doing that.
If they put someone's shit in your ass.
They take someone's healthy shit
Yeah. And they
and they
shove it up
put
your
it
ass.
into your gut. I think they go down your throat.
It's insane. And I will never do that.
And it
I would rather
They
die.
parachute it like a molly.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
creates the enzyme. It takes their enzymes and repopulates your gut with the healthy enzymes.
I think I'll just stick to probiotics.
They say it's very effective.
Yeah, I'll just have some coleslaw instead.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like a Chobani.
Kombucha. No, you're going to need to eat
just-
someone's shit.
I'll just have a Chobani flip every day. You guys ever have those? The
Yeah.
flips?
Oh, what a treat.
So good. Key lime pie.
Oh,
with the
I'm
crumble.
so hungry.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up.
Okay.
Let's wrap.
Good episode. Thank you guys for listening. We will be back on Monday or Tuesday.
I'll be in Dallas this weekend for 5 shows at the Addison Improv. Hope to see you guys there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tickets at punchup.live/Francis Ellis. Also, I'll be in Chicago at Zany's all weekend. Rosemont for the weekend.
Oh, wait, we didn't talk. Did we talk about you not being in that golf thing?
We didn't, but that's okay.
Fuck, I wanted to hear I wanted to hear a diatribe. Just bless us with a quick diatribe.
I'm not even feeling that. I don't care anymore.
You've been calm.
We should make it known that it is not the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, right. I think that got confused by a lot of people that I wrote a blog yesterday because I had the rug pulled for me on the Internet Invitational. And a lot of people thought I got told I was no longer participating in it via a canceled Google Calendar invite. And this is the second or third time really that I've been formally invited to do something big at Barstool and then had the invitation revoked, which is why I finally had enough and fucking did turned to my only recourse, which is the blog, and wrote a blog sort of pointing out my frustrations. But a lot of people thought that we were talking about the Ryder Cup, which Harry and I will be participating in June. It is not that tournament. We're still in for that. Well, who knows if I am. I could see that what I've done has pissed off the powers that be enough that they will now rug everything. And you know what? Okay. But
keep an eye out for the Ryder Cup, though. We'll be on that.
We'll be on that. That's in June. Worry not. We will still be in that.
Is it just is the intended audience and viewer of the one you got rug pulled on, is that people who only watch YouTube golf content?
I think.
See, this is where I mean, I have two issues with what happened. Fundamentally, if you don't want me in the event, that's fine. I never felt entitled to play in it. In fact, I made it known to the people involved in the organization I'd love to be part of it, but I don't expect to be. I don't feel entitled to be part of this stuff. When people around here complain about not getting playing time, it irks me. You'll get your playing time if you become undeniable, right? That's what it is. If I'm not in something, that's fine. But don't fucking keep inviting me to shit and then taking it away. Don't do it. What's going on in the kitchen? How hard is it to fucking tell me, hey man, just so you know, you're on the bubble. Could you possibly hold these dates? Right? We're trying to figure it out. It's not final. Like, that allows me to set my expectations in accordance with the information I have. Instead, my expectations are set for me. Here's your formal invitation. What's your shirt size? Here's this. Here's that. What's your address? You're playing.
Yeah.
You're playing. You're playing. Boy, amazing. I wasn't sure. I didn't allow myself to get my hopes up until now.
Yeah.
And then, whoa, whoops. Whoopsie daisies.
Who was it that pulled the rug?
I'm
Name
not going to
names.
even say.
Was it
I don't
Dave?
know what the fuck happened.
Was it Dave? Because I'll call him.
I don't think it would have been Dave, honestly.
Was it Sam?
Who's Sam?
Harvard man?
A
Harvard man, Sam?
I don't know who that is.
Riggs?
Oh. No, I don't know. I don't think so. And
I think it
look,
was.
I have no idea
Harvard on
who's
Harvard crime.
I think that's what it was.
responsible
So nasty.
for deciding that,
Riggs told me it was him.
well, so be it. That is their prerogative. I remain grateful that the foreplay guys include me and stuff. And
he also had something he was going to say about that I'll let you know about after.
okay. I'm sure. Who knows? And I feel a little bad that, that Trent got caught in the crossfire and all that. And but you know what, dude? Like,
were you
fucking
coming after
figure it out.
Were you coming after his golf game?
No,
Yeah,
I just poor Trent, was probably going off the information he had, and he was one of the people that had told me.
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah.
Among other high-ranking people in the know.
Yeah.
And
C'est la vie.
it just is what it is, man. Like, you get to a point where I'm like, I eat shit here a lot, and that's fine. I appreciate the job, and I can stomach a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Got a lot of room for eating shit.
For fecal transplants.
But you get to a point where you're like, are you fucking kidding me again?
Well, it's what you don't like is that you don't like changes on the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're damn right about that.
Yeah.
And this is one I was excited about. You're telling me I had already worked out the math that I had some, call it a 12% chance at a shot of a piece of $1 million. I mean, I fucking, you know how many outfits I fucking bought based on the prospect of winning a piece of that
you can't
money?
return that shirt you have.
I want to expense all those outfits. I bought those outfits. I can't return them. We're outside the window.
Yeah.
You're talking about real money.
I almost bought a bunch of golf shit for the Ryder Cup. Because I said I was gonna wear super old. I was gonna wear those I was gonna wear the shorts with the long socks.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
then
would hold
was
off
like,
on
and then I
buying
was like, I think they're gonna
anything.
make us wear sponsored Barstool shit.
No,
most
it's
likely.
more that, there's a pretty high likelihood that we're going to be on our way there and get a phone call being like, hey, bad news, guys. John Gruden's playing. We got someone to, we got Brianna Chicken Fry to agree.
Gruden though.
And by the way, that's not a
He's
shot
undeniable.
at Brianna. She's just a much bigger deal than we are. So it is what it is. So be it.
All right.
C'est la vie.
We'll see you guys on Thursday or Monday or Tuesday. One of those days. I gotta piss.
We got to hit these ads.
I gotta pee really bad.
I got to go after.
I'll do it. Go.
Just hold your pee. You're grown up.